Yo people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for a Chelsea 5, Morecambe 0 review. A very, very good win in the end. And especially with that starting 11, it needed to be. Because it was a strong team that Maresca put out there today to play. All senior players. Not really too much resting and rotating in regards to young academy, Cobham graduates coming through. Samuel Smiths, Raksakis, Dyers, all these guys. Nowhere to be seen. It was all about senior players that probably won't start against Bournemouth, but they are literally the first in line to deputise, come in, impact, and, contribute to the Premier League team. So it was great to see Reece James and Lavia get 45 minutes under their belt. Neto got 45 minutes under his belt as well. He came off at half-time. But it was a strong team. When you're seeing Jorgensen, you're seeing Desassi in the left side of a back three, which I wasn't really keen on. I would have preferred maybe a Samuel Smith or someone else, but it happened anyway. Tossing, Lavia's, James, Vega's also, and then of course the front line, which was Gu and Nkuku and Felix in the double 10 and George and Neto. That team screams batter Morecambe to pieces, especially a Morecambe team that are 23rd in League 2 and basically on the verge of going into non-league football. So it was one of those ones where in the first half, we're all expecting, glitz and glamour, and we didn't quite get it. Our best chances were really coming off the set pieces. You're looking at the corners, by the way, Reece James, the quality of the crossing was just fantastic. He was putting the ball in dangerous areas, putting it on foreheads, right on the penalty spot, and you got Tossing, leaping, Desassi, leaping, all these guys, giraffes, leaping up in the air. It was almost like Meerkat Manor. These guys were just like, ooh. But we couldn't actually score. Tossing hits the bar. Desassi off a free kick, I believe, heads it over the bar. We have chances galore. We're not taking them. Felix took a strike, saved, just tipped round the post. Gu, little ball in behind into the side net. And we're having a few opportunities here and there. But what I will say is Morecambe, credit to them, they're still, trying to have some sort of attacking impetus, some sort of intention. They're trying to test our keeper, Jorgensen, who's made a meal out of a couple of shots today. I thought he looked a bit dodgy, a little bit unsafe, a little bit insecure. But obviously the clean sheet is there, thankfully. But they are, having their little attacks, but they're very minor. They're not really huge dents. They're not really things that you're gasping and screaming and thinking, oh my God, they're going to score. It's lackluster strikes. It's lack of power. It's not really, it's not really incredibly accurate or anything. It's just little flutters and, opportunities that really aren't testing our defense too much, to be honest. And ourselves in that first half, I thought Felix was by far and away our best player in the attack. I think George screams loan to me, screams next season, get him on a good loan. Maybe it's League One or it's Championship. I don't know yet. It depends on, where they value and think his talent is going to shine the best in terms of going to a team that is obviously ball dominant or attacking and going to play him, most importantly, 90 minutes after 90 minutes, or is it going to be in a Championship struggling team that is maybe going to play a different style and, maybe things go wrong, pear-shaped. But nonetheless, he needs a loan. For sure, he needs a loan. Don't think he's really ready to contribute at all in the Premier League for us, but Conference League, maybe. But even then, I wouldn't say in the latter rounds when we're talking about semi-finals and finals, I still expect then the big hitters to come in and win us that. So George, did he take the opportunity completely? Nah, not really, maybe not. He's had some little bright sparks, but then at other times you're thinking, yeah, there's a lot to improve. There's a lot of rawness to his game. So yeah, I look at him and I think nice that he got the opportunity, but not quite ready to go anywhere. It's not like Acheampong. Acheampong plays in these type of games, or he's played in the Conference League. You're thinking, yeah, that brother there, get him in the Premier League immediately. Get him in the team. Let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can improve the team. You don't get that. You don't get that feeling from George. George is definitely still marinated. Neto, running down that right hand side, but outside of the cutback, which really someone's got to be on the end of, it just never feels like Neto, what he's best at is matching up with this team. Gu, we played around him today. He didn't really get many opportunities. I think he had that shot, but apart from that, it's almost like he's just there to occupy centre-backs and keep them busy and press, of course, but he's not really getting many opportunities to get shots on goal. We're not really giving him the ball as often as we should. So I felt a bit for him as well. But the improvement and the level of increase in quality when Sancho comes on to Neto on that right wing was crazy. Sancho's coming on and he's looking like a player that belongs in a ball-dominant team. He's looking like a player that has imaginations to find solutions against the low block, and it's not just run to the line and cross, or, you know, it's more coordinated. There's more, you know, give and goes. There's more 1-2s. This is the type of winger he is. He's given us much more variety in terms of his creativity, and he was good. The dummy for the goal, of course, and we're going to get into the second half goals. We did miss a penalty in the first half as well, which was peak. And Cuckoo missing the penalty, he should really strike and score that. Tosin obviously gets his deflected goal. That is, I mean, it's shameless. I was almost embarrassed a little bit that's how we broke the deadlock. But, you know, you take it regardless. Massive deflection. But like I said, in the second half, this is where the quality is coming in now. You got Cucurella coming into the team. You got Sancho coming into the team. You got Gusto, who's coming to the team because he's taken off all of the injury-prone players in James and Lavia and Neto. So it was good to see the quality increase, and we really started to have some fun. Suddenly now Sancho is linking up. Now Felix has got a running mate, because in the first half, like I said, it's just Felix or bust. No one's really helping him out. No one's really creating anything. In Cuckoo, he looked lost. I know he missed his penalty, but just in general, I know he scored, then second goal, sweeps it home, right place, right time. But his general overall performance, it's not the Nkuku that I expect to see in a game like this, especially when you're playing in a double 10 and you're a second striker and you're making your way into the line with Gu and getting in the box. You're kind of shuffling between the two. I'm expecting a masterclass. That's what I want, a masterclass. I'm not getting a masterclass in general play. He might get the GA, he might get the goal. He was leading in the Conference League, getting stats up and whatnot. But I'm talking about a performance. I'm talking about a performance that says, yo, this is the player that we purchased. And I'm not getting it. And I didn't get it again today. He looks a bit lost. He looks a bit clunky sometimes when he's receiving the ball. It just doesn't look like him. Like I said, it was just Felix or bust. And then when Sancho comes in, now is someone else to link up with, and he's just great to watch on the eye. He's fluid, he's unpredictable. He comes in, joins up with people, just makes things a lot easier to watch, easier to stomach the performance. And 2-0 up, now we're cruising. Tosin then wants to say, actually, I've got my deflected goal, I've hit the bar, I'm going for a hat-trick now, let me crash in a long shot. What a strike. David Luiz-esque finish from distance. Wrapped his foot round it, set his sights and just angled it. And it was a fantastic finish, brilliant finish. And Disasi was also trying it. I think the Stamford Bridge crowd were trying to hype him to do it. Don't do that. Don't do that. He's not capable. He doesn't have the facilities. Why are you doing this? Are you playing against us? Disasi, anytime he wanted to have a shot from distance, it was horrendous. It was an eyesore. And it shouldn't really be seen on national television. I don't really want to see it ever again, to be honest. So, yeah, Tosin, you do it. Disasi, you don't. But, yeah, beautiful finish. And then, obviously, Felix starts getting involved now. He gets his goals. And I was saying prior to him scoring, I was saying Felix, even though he's played well, and I think he's probably one of the only players outside of James and Lavia who are always in contention. Neto, we'll see what happens with Madueke. No Madueke in this squad. Felix was the only real player in there that doesn't usually get starts and actually comes away from this game saying, yo, I deserve to start. I've got 2 goals. But before the 2 goals, I'm thinking, this guy's so unlucky. It just over his Chelsea career, when he's taking shots, I don't ever look at him and say, you're a bad shooter. I don't see your shots going into Rosette or hitting random civilians. You're actually taking decent strikes. There's one just over the bar, one saved by the keeper. You've hit the post in Champions Leagues, crossbars. Why is he so unlucky? Why is every time Felix is shooting, he's always nearly there? He's almost scored. Finally, it started to stick in the second half. He gets his goal. It's a lovely. I mean, that first strike is just across the ground. He's cut it back across, and the keeper's blindsided because 3 players have come rushing out to try and block Felix from scoring, and it's just rolled its way into the corner. I actually think his shot in the first half, which was a lot more power on it, was a better strike. But, you don't get to pick and choose which ones go in. Then the second strike, off the left-hand side, cutting in, banger. Absolute banger. That and Tosin, goals of the game, best goals in the game. Just wrapped his foot around it, far corner, right into the side net, and beautiful finish. The keeper, I think personally, it's almost like Sainsbury's shift. Man clocked out about 4:20, maybe 4:10. Said, yo, my shift's done. I've had a good day. I've handled business. And then the goals just started flying in. He's not making double time, triple time. He said, yo, I'm not paid for this. I ain't paid for this, brother. And the goals just started flowing and flying in. But yeah, you know, it was nice for Felix to get those 2 goals. I think his performance deserved it. By far and away our best attacker. He was on it in the first half. He was even more on it in the second half. He was working with a George that, yeah, he is still learning, growing and trying to, you know, develop his game. He's not ready. Guiu, like I said, didn't really get too much service. Kind of just played around him because the block was obviously low. So he's occupying. And so that's fine. But Neto, yeah, I want to see more from Neto. I think his goal output this season is not good enough. He needs to be doing more on the goal scoring, goal threatening side of things. I know you got the cross. I know you like to put the ball in the box, but you're clearly seeing that we are not capable of putting it in the back of the net in those scenarios. So what else can you do? And yeah, the corners, it dropped off a bit when James came off. That's for sure. The quality wasn't quite the same. Cucurella, I have to mention him. Great performance when he come on. Doesn't matter what game you put him in. Doesn't matter if it's Kidderminster or it's bloody Barcelona. The guy turns up with the maximum effort, maximum intensity, getting about the pitch, putting out fires, creating chances, trying to score goals, shooting on his right foot. He's in his flow state, as they say. He is in his flow state. Cucurella is living life. He's enjoying his football. He's in the best moment that he feels in his career. He is so happy. He is just gliding about the pitch. He just getting about, wants to be involved in every single action. If we're attacking, he's making dummy runs for George to try and give him a bit of a gap to cut in. I'm watching all these things. The off-the-ball movement's fantastic. He's in midfield. He's coming out to the right to get involved in the tackles. He's still defending on the left. He's absolutely blazing, sprinting back on the transitions for Morecambe to get back and do defending as well. He sets the tone, the tempo, and the mentality. When you're seeing a senior player like that whose position is completely solidified and done and dusted in this first 11 for Bournemouth, and he still comes onto the pitch and puts in the level of intensity that he does, yeah, remarkable. Proper leadership there. So really happy by the end of it. 5-0. Jorgensen, like I said though, yeah, very dodge. Gusto giving the ball away at the end, just sleeping. I said, brother, Betty bye-byes is in 3 minutes. You can hold out. I know you guys are absolutely desperate. You're chomping at the bit to give away the clean sheet. You can't wait. You're salivating, yeah? You're jaw dropping, yeah? Drooling, dribbling to give away this clean sheet. You can't wait. It's on your to-do list for the day. Can you please just focus for 3 minutes and not give away this clean sheet? They had a chance at the end. Luckily, again, they're skying it. This is like Conference League where you're seeing them get into the final third and you're seeing, yeah, these guys don't have the capacity, the facilities to put the ball on target and to really test keepers, and their shooting technique is not there. Do that against a better team and, brother, you'll be on the bench. So, yeah, outside of Felix, no one's knocking on the door for a start. James and Lavia need to come on off the bench at least to contribute to seeing out games, and that really is all there is to say, ladies and gentlemen. So the only thing is, are we going to start putting Tosin up front because he can head the ball? He's an aerial threat and he's now got long shots. I'm just saying, hey, you let me know in the comments. But yeah, smash up the likes, guys. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Big up your damn selves in a bit, people. Peace. Come on.